Howdy folks, my name is Todd Sharp. We're here at the Summer NAMM in Nashville. I have a line of amplifiers, Todd Sharp Amps, and we have a website. Guess what? It's called toddsharpamps.com. You should go there because it cost me a lot of money and it looks really good. I have a line of amplifiers here. We call it the JOTE series. That stands for Jack of All Tone. My amps are a little bit different than most amps. Everybody asks me what's it based on. It's not based on another amp. I'm a guitar player. I've been playing for, gosh, almost so many years. I don't want to tell you how many. About 50 years I've been playing guitar. I played in tons of bands, many of you've heard of. I used to play with Hall & Oates and Rod Stewart and Delbert McClinton and all kinds of people. So I started working on amplifiers about 20 years ago. And I started building amps about a year and a half ago when we launched the company. The amplifier, if we look at controls a little bit, maybe we'll look at one of these ones. How about that? I don't have a conventional tone stack because I thought, why do the same thing everybody else has done? There's other ways to go about it. I'm all about getting touch under your fingertips when you play. So I have a bite switch. In all my amps are like this. I make these in 20 watt, 30 watt, and 45 watt versions. I also have a new combo amp. And the combo, the introductory version, is 20 watter. We're going to make those in 30 and 45s eventually. It's really the same basic architecture and the way the circuit works. The combo doesn't have reverb in it. We wanted to make a lower cost, more compact amp. My reverb is really very elaborate, so we didn't put it in the combo. But getting back to my controls, if we're going to talk about controls and tech stuff and amp stuff, so I have a volume pot, I have a bite switch which sets the kind of upper mid-range of the first stage. Then I have a rotary selector called Attitude, and that sets the different gains of the amplifier, kind of gain and EQ. So you sort of dial in what you're looking for depending on what guitar you're playing, what kind of sound you're after. I'll do a little quick demo of that on the one I'm plugged into. I then have a low cut, which is really a filtering circuit in 2 stages, which really just lobs off low end. Sometimes you're in a boomy room like this one, so you want to use that a little bit. These are reverb and tremolo controls. The high cut is actually a high frequency filter across the output of the amplifier, right across the output stage. So it's a little different way of doing treble cut. And I think it's pretty unique. I don't know that anybody else is doing it. It gives you a little different way of compressing an amplifier. That's kind of the quick skinny on how my circuit works. My 20 watt amp has EL84s. The 30 watt has 84s and 6 V6s. My 45 has EL34s. So, and the combo, which we just are introducing, has EL84s to start with. So I'll just kind of give you on this amp, the one I'm plugged into, and I've kind of got it foamed up here because we're at Summer NAMM. And as soon as I start playing, the volume police are going to come over here and yell at me for actually playing my equipment at a trade show because we're not really supposed to do that. Anyhow, so I'll just give you a very quick little stock Stratocaster. I'm plugged straight in. The next step up on my Attitude switch gives you a little more gain, a little tone structure. That's straight up. Just a real nice wide clean tone, a little bit more gain. Little top rolled off. A little more rock and roll, you know. This is my full on. And I've kind of got the back and the front of the cabinet all kind of baffled with foam, so it, you know, it's not the ideal situation. And I just noticed I got my low cut quite severely rolled back, so. High cut. Special effects coming up. Tremolo. I'll give you a little cleaner tone so we can hear the tremolo. And I got a really kind of different way of doing tremolo as well. It's real kind of wide ranging. In both speed and depth. You can actually get a full stutter out of it if you like that sort of thing. I do. So, you know, if you wanted to. And then my reverb is, I'm crazy for reverb. So I use 2 tanks. It's driven with a power tube. It's got a real super high headroom. And I was after, you know, I didn't want to do just another reverb, you know, copy another Fender amp and do the same old reverb. So I used 2 pans. I got them hooked up, you know, different way. They're suspended on the chassis, floating, driven with a power tube. And I got, you know, tons of reverb that sounds more like a plate than springs. That's what I was after. Because I always, in the studio, I always love plate reverb on guitar. So you can get, you know, tons of that really spacious. And you can get tons of it if you know, like tons of reverb. You know, usually I just run it about there, you know, something like that. That's my amp. I got a whole bunch of them. We make them in different colors. We do them on different woods. We do 2 vinyl Tolex finishes. We call this one Blueberry, and I believe we're going to call that one Raspberry. I think that's it. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Thanks for checking in. ToddSharpAmps.com.